did that help any? Kind of, little, sort of. Can you see? Oh, you can almost see better over that. Anyways, I got the 2 sticks. I don't know how long these puppies are. I ought to measure just so I know. Check me out, my little world, right? They are 38 inches long. I have decided that this is a very good length of stick. I can work longer and I can work shorter, and so could probably anyone. But I figure a shorter person could work this one like I work my long ones. And I actually prefer my long ones, but they're hard on the arms. You know, there's advantages and disadvantages to 1 stick and 2 sticks. But and there's ways to stretch with 1 stick very well. I was getting into that in other videos, but this is just a farting around video. 2 sticks, because I'm going to teach sticks. And you grab your little 2 stickies, and the first moves are up and down. 1 hand, down, up, down, up. There we go. I'm a good teacher now. Start like this. I'm doing this in a stiff, rigid way, which is not the normal way I would do a stretch routine. But with sticks, you want to make sure you have your movements down before you start screwing around, right? Because it's all about coordination, really. Okay, so I got up and down, and then I'm going to do the flippy, right? Okay. Bring them up. 1 flip. There we go. Okay, so that's the basics of stick. But once you got the flippies, then you can flip forward, you can flip back, flip them both. See, I'm working both hands. That's the other thing. You've got to learn to, because I've done this over the last 6 months. I'm not ambidextrous as far as I can't write with this hand, but I'm totally ambidextrous as far as the stick. In fact, I'm even better with my left hand, I found, because I'm looser, because it's not my strong side. But it does have, I'm not as straight with it. It's interesting how you learn about your body through stick stretching. And you just take your sticks and roll them back and forth. And there's other moves that you start to learn. And that's, you can see I'm moving my feet. I'm moving back and forth. That's the bottom half. I told somebody recently, and you've seen my stick videos, you can get a heck of a workout work on your arms the way I do. And I'm going to show you some more arm stuff. But just sitting here doing my simple stuff, I start moving back and forth on my feet, stepping slowly on my foot, rolling back on to each foot, and coming back and forth. It helps my hips, my low back stretch. Because when I first started learning about the sticks, it was for aerobics on the arms. And then the guy talked about learning footwork later. And then I started having to work on my low back footwork. And between me and the physical therapist and all that, we came up with these movements that are basically this. You're just stepping from 1 foot to the next foot, and you're rolling slowly on the sole of your foot, curving into your foot, your spine, and your whole body as you go back and forth. And it's the same way you would walk or move in a fight. Or, walk in life or move in a fight, stepping back and forth, wanting your balance to be right. And I can't do it inside, but I do have my short sticks. At the end of my stretching, I will be rotating and having my full arm stretches and being careful with my head because I just had neck surgery. But still moving it at the same time within my good range. And you can see I can do these motions really fast, but I'm doing them slow so you can see them. And it's also just the way it feels good to move right now. When I'm outside, just free forming, I will be going when it feels right. And other times I will be stretched, stretching out and breathing slowly. That's another thing that sticks help you do. They help you realize where your arms are, where your hands are, your positioning. I also use it for stretching, of course, the fingers. That was one of the things the guy did, was this. And for them, and they're very correct, you really shouldn't get too intense with your sticks unless you've stretched. And with a lot of wrist motions, you've got to do this to prevent tendonitis. And I fought tendonitis ever since I picked up these sticks. But after a while, you get stronger in the very small muscles of your wrist. People think that when people like us do this, it's a lot of wrist motion. And it's actually not. It's smooth, very small wrist motion. Sword fighting, I've learned, is very small motions. And yes, you learn how to cross them over. That's when you come out swooping. But in a fight, you would not swoop because you're left open, right? When I come close in, I bring my hands to the middle of the stick, and I keep them close and down. And if I have room, then I come out. It depends on how you're working. You know, for my long stretches, I want to come all the way out. For my core, bringing in tight stretches, I want to come down and in. Right? Periphery, core. So anyways, I'm just farting around stretching. This is what I do most anyway. I was working with intent, and I decided to fart around with my sticks, which I do often. But when I'm farting around with sticks, again, I'm stretching, I'm thinking about different things. I can tell people I hear the music in my head. Some people lift weights. Aerobics is enough. And then you start possibilities in motion. That's what the stick guy. And I want everyone to ever learn is have fun. If it's not fun, then you won't learn anything. You won't keep doing it. This is more workout than a stretch. I need to quit doing that. Yep, it's like, you know, they come in close. They come in close. But these are bamboo, by the way. And they're not like a real good bamboo. Like when I hit the sticks together, they shatter. And I don't think they'll shatter my bone. Maybe. But they'll break. Like if I tried to hit some of this, they just break on. If it didn't, they're getting another one. So, okay, I'm starting to stretch with my crossovers. So once you learn your flippies, the really only other thing to do, other than flippies, is crossovers. Crossovers are also fairly simple. But you gotta have your two sticks to work with. You can do it like two ways. You can go or together. I like that. It's pretty simple. Anyways, crossovers. There's another way I'm forgetting now. It's figure eight. You got to learn your figure eights. It's about getting your body and your arms and your joints to not have to stop. So they want to be smooth motions around. Again, that's why I say these sticks, if you go slow and you hold them in your hands like this, you can tell where your body's at. You can tell where to start getting the smoother rotations. Very interesting what this does to my body compared to other things that I've done, other movement yoga that I do. I mean, I could have music on right now and call myself Zumbaing or something. I don't know. Like I said, I hear music in my head. And I've trained enough that, like with this, I see people in front of me. I see myself. And again, that's why I use these breakable sticks, because I've incurred a lot of injuries over this last year using my wooden ones on top of the stress on my arms, which I'm not willing to do anymore. That's what got me into the bamboo. Ever since then, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is fun. I'm not getting hurt no more. And I can do wild, crazy stuff. I'm glad I never had a teacher. I've never learned how to do this with a teacher. Now I'm doing the crossovers with the spin. I can actually get them going in different directions and switch. Yeah, gets to be fun. And it is a workout. I was trying not to get too intense because I'm trying to stretchity. I'll tell you something else about this stretchity. I saw a guy doing it here, but I learned walking. You want to do this and bring it over. It stretches your shoulder, but you also need this ability when you're doing your little flailing around stuff. You need to learn the ends of your stick, like I just didn't. Yeah, stick awareness is everything. Where your hands are on the stick, how to swing it at that position. Almost dead centers, you're going to get the fastest spin. You don't want to be dead center because you won't know which end is which end. You want a striking end. And you want one end heavier so you get the spin. You get it centered, it doesn't spin right. That's why I tape on one end so I know which end is my handle. Because these bamboos are almost the same. It's hard to tell the small end. And these are like really small ones. I have all different widths because I'm just like experimenting widths and lengths and types of wood. Like these are hard. They might break, but they're going to break bone. See, yeah, they're a little heavier, a little harder to work. Fuck. Oh, well. Time to go outside and be crazy. Dang, that's a workout.